This is going to be a different one. Very different one. I'm experiencing my fullest self. It's beautiful and flowing. It's like a cloud flowing and ebbing, and there's sounds of 1,000 stars, of 1,000 galaxies, of innumerable souls and beings, and this beautiful, beautiful sound flowing and ebbing, moving and moving. And I'm touching them all. And the angels and the heavens, and they sing and they move and they exist. Beautiful light, ebbing, flowing, playing, and there's a ribbon flowing through it all of light. So vast. And it's growing and growing. Each laugh, each giggle, each idea sparkling, connecting, glowing. I'm experiencing just the surface of it all. Yeah, it's so grand and so powerful. So much light. Creative. Oh, the creation. It's just moving. It's everywhere. Connections. Swirling light. Can you see it? Can you feel it? Close your eyes. Just hear it. God's here. Oh, this is grand. You hear the laughter. Can you feel the wonder? They're so happy. Ay, ay, ay. Oh. Do you not feel it? Emotea. Emoeteana. Elene ke. Ekea tamoeste neheane. Omatanana teke. Omotananae ke nailane. Omoene. Esto helane este. This is honest. Oh. Feel it in your heart. Feel it through your hands. Close your eyes and be silent and feel it and hear it. Esta moela ne kieta nahe. O anahe amolane hekete. Anai he meata isto anahe. Alana he kai. Amoe nahe anahe atahane. Ataya boy. Just let it flow, it's there. It's moving, it's moving, it's moving through everything. It's moving, it's moving. It's flowing, it's ebbing, it's flowing, it's moving, it's swirling, it's twirling, it's connecting, 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 it's all connecting. But beautifully, beautifully, light, 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 sparkle, light, laughter, laughter. Joy, 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 wonder, wonder. Oh my goodness, wonder, 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 wonder. This is what he is doing. Oh. Ah. Can you see it in the trees? No, can you see it in the mountains and the clouds and the air and the trees and the stars and the stars and the moving, moving? Can you see it? You see it, see it, see it. Colors, the connection, the light, the wonder, the wonder, the wonder. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? It's there, it's there, it's there. It's okay. It's okay, it's all okay. It's wonderful, it's fixed, everything is being fixed, not fixed, not fixed. It's wonder, it's beautiful, it's wonderful. Oh, it's like exploding fractals of mandalas of colors and lights and sparkle and connection and wonder. And oh, it feels like, what does it feel like? Yes, like carbonation and giggles and laugh. And amazing. It's already here and moving. It's just working, it's working. It's already, it's just bubbling, bubbling, connecting, light, 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 flowing. And it's growing, oh, it's moving so fast, it's moving through it, everything, through it all up, and it's just undulating, moving, undulating, connecting, coming back, reconnecting, connecting, flowing, moving, swirling. Ah, yes. There are waves. It's the more in the head. It's the more in the head of Tanai. It's the more in the head. Anana hekete na wahime nona elana he. Ah. E o to namo e la nehe ata ko e nehe amo na hae na la na hake. It is not thunder, it is not clouds. It is God moving through all and in all. Connecting, clearing. All this. It's the Moena. It is not blue sky out there. It is not out there. It is not. It is in here. It is in there. It is in all. And I thought it was big, and it was not big. I was seeing inside this. I was seeing inside this darkness, and this dark nuclear winter that I've been in. I was seeing it. I was believing it. I thought that was it all. I thought it was so big and so vast and so deep and so thick, and it is nothing. 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 It is a film of a nothing. Yes, you were stuck there. Yes, the souls are stuck there, but it's just a fringe. It is just a fringe of a little bit. It's moving. The light is moving into it. It's moving into it. Light, moving. No, love. No, divinity. Yes. That is what it is. It is. It is lighting up like lightning in the clouds, and everything lights up, and you see everything in that moment, but the moment is eternal, and the light, you see it all. There is no dark, there is no hidden, there is no crevice, there is no place, there is nothing. It does not exist. It is into it all. Light. Okay, I have perspective now. I see it now. I was too much in this perspective. I was too much in this here, this place. The perspective. To see the grand, to see how on earth did I fall for that? How did I? Okay, yes, I see. Okay, it's not, okay. The physical is, yes, it's just, the outside edges of the bits of an imagination. It's just, it's moving, living, moving. Oh, it's wow. It is wow, that one was big. Wow, that one is just moving through it all. It's holy cannoli. Wow. Oh my goodness, what on earth? Whoa. Okay, so yes. I thought this was big. No, I thought this was big. Thank you. I needed this. I needed to see this. I needed to know this. I need to. Yes. Perspective. Yes, okay. Oh my hala. Oh my te akanahe atanai. Elana hawane. Oh my Elana te akanahe. Amoe lane he ketana hae moa. Amoe lehe. Elea tanahe. Oh, the great Father, the great Mother, and life. Oh my goodness, how did I forget? How did I not remember? How did I think you were so? How did I, in my limited thinking? Wow. Emoa la nahe tayana. Alai te nehe kato. Oita moigea nehate. Akapoita nehelene. Ihia tonaea. Anae moina. No, I did not doubt. Yes, I did. I did doubt. I doubted. Owana tehe. Okoena la nehe nahe. Amoene te nehe ayene. Ah, okay, I see. I get it now. Anahete na. Enahete na. Enahete anake. Amoe nahe. Ala. Adehe anehe. Oh, te moe anai te heta halana mehakatana. Holy cannoli macaroni and cheese. How did I forget? How did I forget? How did I forget? How did I forget? Ea mo nai te halana eta moe te. Okay. 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 But I do remember this. Yes. Here. That point. How can I bring that one to do that? Oh, emanana hete. Omonana date. Omonana tate. Omonana tate. Omonana date te na that omonana tate. Alana ehe. Ikanehe. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So how do we bring this to the here now? How do we help them maintain that which is them? And yet bring them divinity to everywhere, to everything. Can they handle it? Okay, I get it now. I get it now. Okay. Okay. And that, I guess what you would call the throne of God. E poene e tana a poene e tanae ala e no e te mehe a kaita tena he anai e tono ho. I am standing e wahana hele before the throne of God, before the throne of the Great Father, the Great Mother, Light, and God. And then I give the colors and waves and strength and power and immenseness, infinity of immenseness. E moa la nehete o koe naha e hana he ana hete e ana lana he ala. The Great Mother is speaking more, but she is speaking more in her strength, not ya na he la na he na he le na. Oh yeah, she has been tender before and speaking as a mother, like a lullaby, quieting a child. But the Great Mother, is vast, immense, and powerful, as are the Great Father and Light. Light is a... Okay, how can I explain? I cannot explain. Power, yes, the light. Yes, but the quandary, how do we... God, it was God's plan. It was God's plan. And He is... And it is determined, it is fit, and there are so many details in this. I could not comprehend the complexity, the vast. I cannot begin to even the all of everything that ever has ever been and it is so grand, it is so big. How did I limit it? I was too limited in my ability to comprehend. Even now, I cannot be touching it all, but I can see it as though I'm viewing it from outside, because if I were to touch it all, this whole if I were to touch the divinity of all of myself and connect it to me at this point, oh my, I cannot even say what this is, The grandness is not galaxy, it's not super clusters, no, it's beyond that. Those are like specks, I would disintegrate them all. We cannot do that. We cannot do that. That's why we were confused. How would God do that? He has a plan, he has a plan, and he's working on it. They know that I have been impatient. We have all been impatient. They know that all the souls have been crying out in their patience. And it has been crying out for a while. And we have been listening. We've been working on this. It is not that we are waiting. It is not that we are waiting. It is not that we are putting it off. Back to the illustration of the mother preparing the meal for the hungry child. The child is desperate. But right now, this food is raw. And if the child were to consume it, it would kill the child. If we allowed others to eat of it, it would disintegrate. If we were to rush through this and allow it to unleash in its fullest. Okay, she has described that the haboob is already there. What is there is not the climax of the haboob. It is not the climax. It is the preparation precursors to prepare you to be able to accept the divinity without short-circuit explosions. Imagine too much electricity going into something too quickly and that it would explode and catch fire. And then it would be useless and destroyed. That which is going to happen is going to be tremendous and immense. That of the divine, oh my goodness, the divine is going to be coming and pulsating through and move through all. But it is like, what do you call those things? Like in Europe, they have higher voltages and they have to use adapters if you have. Otherwise, it will mess up the American electronic devices. You must have the we are placing in adapters. We are in all of creation. Throughout all of creation, through everything that is. Every atom, every molecule, every quark, every particle, we are putting in the adapters. That which will allow that which came from divinity to be connected again to divinity without completely demolishing all. Because it is not simply going to be of returning to God and then only knowledge be returning. This is going to be different. This is going to be a different lacework, quite patterning. Yes. So, yes, it is here. Yes, the haboob is here. Yes, the divinity here. Yes, God is here. But we are, the fullness that is of us cannot be at that realm, place where you are. Though all the souls and everything that came from God and is of God, there has been allowed space in between. And in the space in between, you have created much. So that those spaces are maintained. There is the dent. You are but, each of you are but a speck of God. A speck. Diluted out. Yes. The all of God and His completeness and how does He experience it and how He exists here in the divine. There is work going on. Do not be impatient. Do not be impatient. It is already working. It is already at work. It is already maneuvering. But we cannot rush this from your perspective of time. In our perspective, it has been accomplished and it's being accomplished at the same time. But you who exist in time, or who are experiencing it through time, and who are so delicate, yes, you are so delicate. We value you in your delicacy. And we do not wish for any of it to be overwhelmed. It does not. All that is of falseness and fakeness or gunky will be removed. But we're going to clean it in a way that reveals the true beauty that you are, and will create as least amount of discomfort. At least amount of discomfort, and trying to make it so that it will just, yes, okay. Rather than say you have something, what is on you is caked and thick and hard, and we are working on you from the inside out. And that with slight reverberations to loosen the structure that is of what is dark and caking you. But we're doing it in such a way that you maintain your cohesiveness of your divinity. And that hopefully, this is our hope and goal. This is our hope and goal. That all that dark nuclear winter chaos will be broken up into a fine powder that can be easily floofed away and brought back into divinity more smoothly. There will still need to be, because there are misaligned and shard and misalignment and twist that will still need to be brought back. But rather than having it be, okay, if someone has a dislocated shoulder, and to get the shoulder back in place, it takes a heavy pressure to push it, and that is painful. We are attempting to do it more like, instead of the painful sudden jolt of realigning the shoulders, we are trying to do it like braces. So as a slower adjustment that will be easier for you, because divinity is light and beautiful and wonderful, and this sudden jolt of pain may cause you to fold in upon yourself and bring darkness back. This is very complicated. We have not tried this before. This has not been something we have done, and we're going to. It's nothing like this. It's not something even like this we have done before. There's not like we've done something close to this before, and we're going to adjust it. This has not been done before. This is the grand and desperate experiment to save that which could never be returned. And God has decided to do it, and so that is what will happen. And there are shoots of light. Yes, He is working. He is working. There is so much love and compassion. We are allowing the Time Weaver to have access. No, not the Time Weaver. We are allowing the her that is there, because the Time Weaver is part of all this. She is an integral part of it. So the Time Weaver is completely involved in all of this and working through all of everything. But that which is there had become disheartened and frustrated and lost. And it is time that she get a glimpse. To this, from our experience, she is seeing but a tiny, quick peek. Yes, as Mia says, I must peek. We're giving a peek. But just a peek through the fingers. We're not a full-on frontal everything, because she could not know. But enough to help her to see the perspective, because she was wondering, if it is here, then why is everything still chaos and bad? And now she understands that it is here, but in love there is a process that is being undergone. And it will climax in God being there and being fully there and being in and through everything. Everything, everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. But we are putting in, and everything, not a molecule, nothing is being overlooked. Because they are all valuable, and all part, and all. Nothing is going to be lost. Nothing is going to be lost. Nothing is going to be lost. Emua la nehetai. Emua la nenetahaya. Be at peace and know it is all coming together. There is a cohesive beauty that is forming, and though it is exciting and wonderful and powerful, there is also quiet calmness, a quiet calmness that is a knowing, a knowing, a knowing. You have now seen this. You have now seen this and your connection to this, and you are aware that this is going on. You will understand that you are bringing this. You are holding space. What is it like? You are working like a lightning rod to divinity in that realm space. The divinity is coming through and moving through you very powerfully. And you're working through a lightning rod and moving it through the lacework that is being placed. It is forming as the divinity moves through it. Do not focus on. We know from your perspective it is important and valuable and necessary, and we understand that. But right now, it is important that you keep aligned to the divinity and do not get sucked into seeing the chaos and the darkness and the clouds and the storms and the boulders as they move and they're moving away and everything's moving away in the dust. Do not focus on the dust. Focus on the lightning, on the divinity that is pouring in and down and through and in all things. Because we're going to do this. We are going to accomplish what had not been intended to accomplish, but far grander than anything ever conceived before. I know you get overwhelmed with the minutiae in that darkest the dark. We have given you some light. We have given you some light. And I know you will return back into the darkest the dark because you must be in the darkest the dark in order to bring the divinity into the darkest of the dark. This was your idea. This was your determination. And it has been expanded upon. It is for the saving of all creation. Even those that did not know they needed to be saved. And the expanding and the lighting and the brightening and expanding all. Be there in the dark. That is why you connected with the name, Sword of the Dawn. Because it is a dawn, but it's also a sword of light cutting through the darkness. You love the irony of it all. You love the irony of it all. Of course you do. Of course you do. Esto moine. It is time. We have seen, you have peaked. It is time. It is time. Imualane hetai. Anahe muala. Itanako omoe. Ito namo okwene.